Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Enjoy the show. Enjoy what is to come. Enjoy this journey that is about to be summoned. Enjoy, enjoy. Welcome to what you're about to see. Welcome to a land that is beyond the sights of your streams. Welcome to what may be or may not be what you expected. But this is life, and these are the concurrent parts that are expected. This is how it goes. This is how it flows. This is how it looks when you add Nocturne with the power of code. When you allow the code and the echolocation to be the vibrations that lead the people. Lead them to a land that there might be duplicates, might be single, doubles, or triples. But we're not talking baseball. We're talking about a span, a land that lands. So welcome to this space. Welcome to this pace. It may be different, but welcome to an imagination that is beyond another place, beyond another journey, beyond another voyage, beyond another entity that brings along courage, suspense, drama, things that make you feel intense, but let's sustain. Let's refrain from the complaint and let our minds aim to a higher plane. So we are among those that fly, as we are our own vessels, our own planes that ship what we want past the necessities of only communicating through our lips. Let's hope there's flips. Let's hope there's flicks. Let's hope there's time to let it sit. Let's hope this is the journey. Let's hope this is the voyage. Let's hope you enjoy your time. Let's hope you enjoy the ride. And you enjoy the strides that come with every line and every time, with every dime, even if it's nickels, even if it's just places. And now we're just gonna go and voyage to the land of the Preacha Draws and Ramblin Speaks, for it is another concept. Let's just hope that the beat gives you a slope. Welcome everyone to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the way these words just go in a flow. Just enjoy what you're seeing. Just let your mind go into a space that's fleeting. Go into a space where the preacher and the rambler intertwine as they speak these rhymes that go in your head and may be reversed with time or it speeds. But it's the emotion that is inside that exceeds. These are just some of the visuals, some of the tendencies that when you think, you must get in your eyes to go in a blink. For the way these things go, for the way they just flow, for the way that math and code can change your sense, leave you in a state that you don't even realize that you're tense. What would you do if I told you that there's more than the five senses that are ingrained in your system, but sometimes they tell us that it's hidden? How would you react? How would you go? How would you flow? What is inside your soul that tells you that your rhythm, that your mindset, that everything you go is really you and not what you're being told? What is the criteria for the media to tell you what arena of area that you are allowed to practice? But is that the true sense of being a genius? And is it even worth being a genius if sometimes we don't even listen to the words from the scientists, the socialists, the capitalists, the words around us? This is just some thought, some food for thought. Sometimes they say that a lot, but this is a different time when code can be the vessel, the turning point of bringing you to what you once wanted to explore as you go looking for more, looking for words to tell your most inner secrets, your inner thoughts, your inner plots, your inner vessel, the way that you're thinking. Maybe it's not an accident. Maybe it is. Only the universe can tell you. But don't be tense. Enjoy the show. Enjoy what you're about to see. And now, let's proceed to go from the vibes that were ignited by Nocturne to let your own spiritual entity within inside you have a chance to let loose and burn. Not burn in the sense of heat, but burn in the sense of a candle releasing the channels that let your food and your mind and your soul eat. What is it that at the moment you're trying to feast? Are you trying to be calm or trying to unleash the inner beast so you can be pleased before the moment that you enter sleep? What is it that you're looking for? What is it that you're trying to explore? What is it? What is it? What is it? the beach changes to showcase the ranges that go in the mind when the mind goes, when the mind blows, when the mind doesn't know which direction to go. What occurs? What more? What happens? Now, with the pieces floating in the air, what is sacred? What makes you scared? What is your fear? Are you worried that in life you have to pay an unfair fare that is not fair, that makes you crawl amongst your hair? But then you realize that your ears may not be hearing the truth, and you don't know if you can even trust what you hear. Or is this another tale of the tortoise and the hare, where you don't even know if you gotta go fast or gotta go with the flare or gotta even add flare, add task, as this is not a pair. If you're not paired up, you're trying to get vitamins in the pair. That was just some easy rhymes to let your mind go, to let you push you over the mountain peak, as the images in the background aid the imagery. What is the sensation that's going through your mind right now? How are you feeling with the sounds that are being portrayed, that are being aimed? How do you feel? How do you feel? Do you feel as you entered your seal? Or do you feel trapped? because you're underwater like a seal. But what is it better, being able to dwell on land or dwell in the sea? Which one is considered Mother Nature's steel? Consider these thoughts. Consider this food, because this is just the beginning of this journey. There's more to go through. signal wants to change like the seasons. It wants to change, but it doesn't have to give us a reason. Because these are some of the words that come to mind when I think of Nocturne, when I think of what it means to be one with nature. The N and the O for the beginning of this poem shall be represented by the following. Natures nurtures a natural nuance during the nocturnal, of which fauna that frolic free, flora that fickle free. Nature nurtures a natural nuance during the nocturnal, of fauna that frolic free, flora that fickle free, cascaded in cool calm composition the third rock at rest curates, tranquil true winds and waves, solid satellite control with its beam, bright or dim, ushers a quiet quite unique, radiant as it reaches every nook and cranny, nearly over as the solar head peeps above horizon. Eventually the switch from serenity to calamity commences. Nature nurtures a natural nuance during the nocturnal, of fauna that frolic free, flora that fickle free, cascaded in cool calm composition, the third walk at the rest curates, tranquil true winds and waves, solid satellite control with it beams, bright or dim, ushers a quiet, quite unique, radiant as it reaches every nook and cranny, as it reaches every nook and cranny, nearly over as the solar head peeps above horizon. Eventually the switch from serenity to calamity commences. And that's what we get when we think of Nocturne. If you realize that are the letters of Nocturne. And now, with the imagery of flora, let's get some sounds in the back. Let's see how we can represent nature, how we can represent what's happening, what's dampening, what potentially could be saddening. Do we have a plan A, B, or C? I repeat, do we have a plan A, B, or C? The echoes keep coming in waves and waves, like the earth is running, trying to warn us as the turbulence has hit its core. Even in the deepest of depths in the caves. If this was a sport, we wouldn't be able to tally up the scores, for the overestimation has led to an underprotection that now requires introspection as we start the dissection into how we deal with our sessions, as words are never louder than our actions. but sometimes they fall deaf, as these are nothing more than an increase, a soar of unintentional action. Do we have a plan A, B, or C? Do we have a plan A, B, or C if we don't have a place to be? Is this how we are supposed to be? Is this the air we want to breathe? Are these the temperatures we like to see? Is this the way we like our breeze? Do we have a plan A, B, or even C if we don't have a place to free? Thunder striking, temperatures rising. If a sound is a sound, then how can one ignore if seeing is believing? Why are eyes contained to the floor, visibly blocking all aspects, as if the truth is too harsh, as we deny it, as if it's a natural reflex? All this talk about self improvement, but for our globe, we cut off recruitment, putting aside the cries, putting aside the wise, putting aside the wisdom from the wise, and the necessity of the worries that are simply just ignored, because they are third world stories. The vision of the nature, subtraction of the creature, no sign of addition of building mature. The vision of the nature, subtraction of the creature, subtraction of the culture, no sign of addition of being mature, multiplication of this feeling of being improved, exponential growth, since they want to deny the rise of the culture because this is what they don't want to mature. Instead of going up, engaging in the detour, resembling a car without brakes, just going skr skr, not knowing that it doesn't have what it takes for this journey, as it goes thinking it's just another day, as it just tries to go after it like if it was just a cake. But it only finding out when it is too late that this can't be truth, this can't be fact. But at the rate we are going, this is what's going to be intact. Damages on damages on damages. On damages on damages on damages. Growing like a virus, roaming free, living quite a lifestyle that is lavish, as the rice isn't considered to be savage. Is this how we are supposed to be? Is this the air we want to breathe? Are these the temperatures we like to see? Is this the way we like our breeze? Do we have a plan A, B, or C if we don't have a place to flee? Do we have a plan A, B, or C if we don't have a place to flee? So I say, fly, little birdie, fly. Fly till your flight becomes the truth of sci-fi. And when you discover the formation of all the planets and their sky, waltzing through the space with no friends or vision in sight. But it don't matter, you just continue with this flight. No one to knock you out of your course, Star and starless giving you an energy source. Asterisk and comet showing their true power and force. Fly, little birdie, fly, take the earth and its citizens on a ride through space and all its inhabitants, as we try to avoid the need for combatants, and we try to explore the need for different reasons. Fly, little birdie, fly, take global warming, show us new power supplies, take toxins away, and show us what a real tan will do. Show us how Martians will take care of these newfound flus. But never forget the flight that began this flight of all flights, looking through darkness to the only found lights. Stars and stars, planets and planets of peace may not be found. At least you know the atmosphere quiet, for there is no sound. Bickering of unnecessary dilemmas, using idiotic criterias. Fly, little birdie, fly, little birdie, high sky till wings give up the ride. I repeat, fly, little birdie, fly. Fly, little birdie, high sky till the wings give up the ride. What happens when the system starts to glitch? What happens when the mindset starts to itch? What happens when the pieces of the heart need to come together for a stitch? What occurs then? What occurs now? What occurs in the presence? And what occurs for all the instances that need to be reached? What occurs? What occurs? What occurs? These are just some of the words that need to be taught. Some of the imagery that needs to be sought. These are just some of the words. Just some of them. These are just some of them. Let the images and the music guide you at the moment for a little flow, for a little tendency, an image. What do you see? What's going through your mind? What's going through your eyes? Let it flow. What's going through your eyes? How are the flows? Alright, let's redo this again. Let's get some words going. Let's get the vibes going. Everybody, tune in. Let's get the imagery going and flowing as the beat just goes and rolling and flowing. Get everybody mind to the same state. Get everybody to the jam its state. Got the bars are flowing, got the bars are going, and they're trying to see if this just going flowing like the lava goes smooth, like the lava goes smooth to the groove. Gotta get it glued, cause we're trying to include no exclusion needed. All we're trying to do is just get another breath breathe in. Gotta go. Flow it, everybody. It's a jam, y'all. The beat is done by Ramblin, a mixture of visuals, coding done by me. We're just having a good time. But where are you located? What is being echoed in your system? During this hour of voyage, of courage, what has escaped? What has escaped the mind state that you're currently in? How are you trying to relate? Before the weekend has to sway on this lovely Saturday, as you enjoy the balance of seriousness and play, let's take a moment for this. What is the staple of your being? The mood that sets you right, makes you feel when what you're feeling is one of joyness and be embraced, where it sheds the unwanted and pins together to the letter for the better of the wishes you wish were granted. Granted in the soil you wish to be planted in. For this journey be it considered your planet, your own Earth, your own Venus, your own Mercury. You do what you please to the industry as you derive what to do with your talents, and which source within you do you use as a blanket to keep those hopes warm and to keep that mind moving like a swarm. How do you feel? What is your ceiling? How are you trying to go above those hidden thoughts that you've been sealing? These are just some of the thoughts, just some of the flows. As now we're going in a constant loop. But that's the whole point of echolocation, trying to get a feel of where you are and trying to see how you can use that to move towards your goal, towards your flow, towards what in you consider to be your diamond and gold, your pearl and your silver as it lies underneath. Even if you shiver, these flows just slimmer out. Hope y'all enjoy the show. I go by Illest. Some of the beats and poetry were also done by Ramblin, Intellect. On the bottom, you can see our where to follow us. Let me highlight this larger. It was a great Nocturne festival. And before we end this, let's give a vibe to Nocturne. Let's do this. Once again, let's start off with the poem that every line is started by the words Nocturne to end this. Nature nurtures a natural nuance during the nocturnal, a fauna that frolic free, flora that fickle free, cascaded in cool calm composition the third walk on the rest corrects, tranquil through winds and waves, solid satellite control with a beam, bright or dim. Ushers a quiet, unique, radiant as it reaches every nook and cranny, nearly over as the solar heads peep above the horizon. Eventually, the switch from serenity to calamity commences as it progresses to the process that goes in. Thank you, everyone that's been here. Yeah, I'll tell. Some of those beats, some of them were live coded, some of them were altered by the live code, and some of them was just my man's Ramblin Intellect who started as a poem. He's like, I want to make some beats. So I'm like, let's do it for this project. And the point of this project and this whole performance that y'all saw was based on the theme echolocation. And echolocation, a lot of people know it as radar, sonar, for where bats try to travel without being seen. But what about what we do in our everyday lives, where we react to the constant inputs that we see or that our paths have been true? So while you see the elements of the code, the elements of the images, music, it goes from what some might say a psychedelic trip to some soulful vibes. Then you have the nature pieces, because maybe there is a way for nature and technology to reside with each other. There is the potentiality in there. So that's what this piece was about, and that's the whole point of Rambler Speaks, Preacha Draws Rambla Speak, and with all the artwork that is by Nocturne. That was the whole point. Even if things seem like they're disjointed, they still go to the same aspect, same prospect, same prospect of being part of the progress. But what actions do we take for these things to come true? What interactions will let them flow like they're just part of the hue, or rather that they're part of the point of view? These five, these six spinning blocks, what do they convey? What stories do they tell? Is it a journey or is it simply play? These are some of the vibes that are being executed, magnified with this performance, with this output of different beats, different settings, different scenarios, and a journey that brought you different vibes. And that's why some of the beats and some of the visuals were on repeat. Because in life, it's not only about what do you do with new information. It's that can you take old information and redigest, re-ingest, re-inject in your system to see what comes out of this new project. And that's why that soulful beat that was mixed and mastered by Ramblin Intellect and sometimes lightly edited by me, but really just flowing with the words and seeing how it made me feel. And if I played second time and added new visual, how did that go on? That was the whole point. That was the whole point. Thank you, Alltail, for being here. Thank you, Miss Kit. Thank you, Nocturne. Thank you, Ramblin Intellect. Thank you, Ivy, for the lurk. Thank you, Ivy, very much for the lurk. Really appreciate, really appreciate, really appreciate this ability, this timeline. I think I'm about to go, but thank y'all. I'm playing that beat again though. If you're here, thank you for staying. We're playing that beat because that was a banger. That was a banger. Let me play that beat. Shout out Ramblin. I'm playing that beat again. That was a vibe. I don't know what he mixed. I'm playing that beat again. Yo, you know what? Yo, this is my stream. Everyone, shout out Nathan. If you're still here, thank y'all.